Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and to my MLB Countdown to 2020 series, where in this series I'm discussing my favorite players at each position. I'm also giving you guys my top 10 favorite players in general, my top 10 best players in Major League Baseball opinion. I'm also going to be ranking my least favorite teams, my favorite logos, and giving you guys my 2020 predictions of division winners, the wild cards, Cy Young and MVP winners in a 2020 World Series. So I had planned for all these videos to be consecutive days, 60 days in a row leading up to the start of the MLB season on March 26th. But with the season being postponed with the health issues throughout the world, really, which I hope everybody stays safe and that we can find quick resolution for that and that MLB can begin soon. Until then, I'm going to be posting my ranking videos, the next part of the series, which will be my predictions and other videos related to MLB season. Those will come just before opening day once we have an official date for Major League Baseball. So definitely leave a like if you enjoy this type of content. We appreciate it. Subscribe. If you're new, hit that notification bell. Today, I'm bringing you guys my last portion of the top 10 per position of my series. So the last position will be closing pitchers. So here are my top 10 favorite closing pitchers in MLB entering the 2020 season. Now, starting off my top 10 closing pitchers in MLB, I have Will Smith, who in my opinion can be a bit maybe underrated. He is a one-time All-Star. He played 7 years in MLB so far. He's going to be playing with the Atlanta Braves in 2020. So in 2019, he actually had a record of 6-0. He saved 34 games, had a 2.76 ERA. He pitched in 65 innings, throwing 96 strikeouts and a whip at 1.026. Will Smith is a lefty. Looking forward to see him play with the Atlanta Braves in 2020. Now at number 9, I have Zach Britton, which is a bit odd for some people probably thinking why I have a guy that played for two of the rival teams of my favorite team, the Blue Jays. Well, Zach Britton is a really cool relief pitcher slash closing pitcher. He has some very dominant years with the Orioles. He has a very unique windup and a unique pitch selection where he throws mostly a very, very hard sinker. He is pretty different from other guys, and I just have him there on my list for those reasons. He's a lefty, so he's a two-time All-Star, and he also won the Mariano Rivera American League Reliever of the Year award. So he played 9 years in MLB so far, split between the Orioles and the Yankees. And now in 2019, he did have a 3-1 record, an ERA of 1.91. He saved 3 games, so he appeared mostly in the middle of the bullpen. He wasn't the closer, of course. We'll get to that pitcher a bit later on my list. But I mean, if you look at 2016 with the Orioles, he actually saved 47 games, which was leading the league and fourth in Cy Young voting as a closing pitcher. He had a whip of 1.141 and striking out 53 batters in 2019. So Zach Britton, he falls in number 9 on my list. Coming in at number 8, we have a former Toronto Blue Jay and an Australian pitcher, Liam Hendriks. He had a phenomenal year in 2019. He was an all-star. He was his best year of his career so far, where he played 9 years in MLB so far. In 2019 with the A's, he went 4-4 for his record, but what really stood out is an 1.80 ERA, saving 25 games, striking out 124 batters in only 85 innings, and a whip of 0.965. He was one of the better closers in MLB in 2019. Liam Hendriks is actually my first righty on the list. He falls in at number 8. Now at number 7, we have our third lefty already, Andrew Miller. He's played quite a lot of time in MLB, 14 years with many different teams, two-time All-Star. He won the Mariano Rivera American League Reliever of the Year award as well, and a former ALCS. Andrew Miller played a lot of seasons in MLB. He has a pretty cool lefty delivery, of course, a lefty pitcher. He throws hard, has a hard slider as well that can be very difficult to hit. So he went 5-6 in 2019. ERA was pretty high, 4.45. He struggled a bit in the last couple of years. He had multiple years where his ERA was under 1.5. So in 2019, 54 innings pitched, 70 strikeouts, had a whip of 1.317. So again, pretty tough year 2019. If if you go back to his years back with the Yankees and the Indians, for example, 2015 he had 100 strikeouts in only 61 innings. In 2016, between the Yankees and the Indians, in 74 innings, he had 123 strikeouts. In that year, he had a whip of 0.686, which is insane. He finished 9 in Cy Young voting and was an All-Star. Andrew Miller falls in number 7 on my list. Now, just missing out on my top 5, number 6, we have Kirby Yates, along with Liam Hendriks, one of the best closers in the game in 2019. He was an All-Star in that season as well, which was definitely his best season of his career so far. In his 6th season with the San Diego Padres in 2019, his ERA was 1.19, 41 saves leading the league, 101 strikeouts in 60 innings pitched, and a whip at 0.890. So he was absolutely dominant for the San Diego Padres. He's actually from Hawaii. Fun fact, Kirby Yates, number 6 on my list. Starting off my top 5 is a guy that I actually really like to use in MLB The Show due to his great pitch selection, Roberto Osuna. He has a big slurve, strong fastball as well. He's a young pitcher from Mexico, one-time All-Star. He was very, very good for the Toronto Blue Jays. They traded him to the Houston Astros for a player that's going to be named later on my list. Now, he did have some issues outside the field, but on the field, Roberto Osuna is amazing, really. He had a 4-3 record in 2019, 2.63 ERA. He actually saved 38 games, which was leading the league. He had a 0.877 whip. He actually struck out 73 batters in 65 innings. So Roberto Osuna, he is a very good closer. He was very good for the Toronto Blue Jays as well. Multiple seasons with over 35 saves. So he played 5 years in Major League Baseball so far, split between the Astros and the Blue Jays. He falls in at number 5 on my list. Now at number 4, I've got Kenley Jansen of the LA Dodgers. 2-time Trevor Hoffman National League Reliever of the Year award winner, and 3-time All-Star in 2019, which was his 10th season, all with the Dodgers. Had a 5-3 record, saving 33 games, pitching 63 innings, striking out 80. Had a 1.063 whip. I mean, that was a good year, but definitely wasn't his best. I mean, in 2017, he finished 5th in Cy Young voting, had 41 saves, struck out 109 batters, and a whip at 0.746. Even in 2016, he saved 47 games, and he had a whip of 0.670. So Kenley Jansen, still considered one of the better relievers. Starting off my top 3, a man that once pitched 105 miles an hour, Aroldis Chapman of the New York Yankees. He is absolutely terrifying to face. He still throws over 100 miles an hour from the left side. Big slider, very difficult pitcher to hit. 6-time All-Star, 2016 World Series champion, and former Mariano Rivera American League Reliever of the Year award winner. So again, he is absolutely insane on the mound. He had a 3-2 record in terms of wins. He saved 37 games in 2019 in 57 innings pitched, had 85 strikeouts and a whip at 1.105. He did have multiple years with a whip under 0.9. He had multiple years with over 100 strikeouts. I mean, back in 2012 with the Reds, he struck out 122 batters, was 8 in Cy Young Award voting. So within 10 years in his career, he played between the Reds, the Cubs, and the Yankees. Aroldis Chapman, I really like watching him pitch. He just throws absolute fire from the left side. He falls in at number 3 on my list. At number 2, I have Josh Hader. He's a young pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers, 2-time All-Star, 2-time Trevor Hoffman National League Reliever of the Year award winner. And if you're stepping in the box against Josh Hader, all I can say is good luck. Just like Chapman, he throws from the left side, throws hard, deceptive windup. He's just hard to hit. In 2019, had a 3-5 record, but what stands out, 37 saves, 138 strikeouts in 75 innings pitched. He almost averages 2 strikeouts per inning each time he comes up to the mound. In 2018, 143 strikeouts, and a whip both years under 0.9. 2019, his whip was 0.806. So his whip was almost in the 0.700s. Again, he's just very, very hard to hit. Strikes out a ton of batters. He falls in at number 2 on my list. And number 1, my favorite closing pitcher in MLB, 100-mile Giles. Ken Giles of the Toronto Blue Jays. He was part of that Osuna trade that I mentioned earlier from the Astros. 2017 World Series champion. Being a closer on my favorite team, I'm a huge Ken Giles fan. He is very, very good. He might be even underrated. He had a 2-3 record in 2019, saved 23 games, had 83 strikeouts in 53 innings pitched, with a whip at exactly 1.000. He doesn't have as many saves as some of the other pitchers I mentioned, but just the Blue Jays weren't the best team, of course, and they didn't give him as many opportunities to save games. But when he went on the mound, he made it count. And Ken Giles actually had at one point a streak of 34 consecutive save opportunities where he got the save and didn't blow it. So he throws 100 miles an hour, has a heartbreaking ball. He's very fun to watch pitches with a lot of energy. I'm very happy that he is our closer. Ken Giles falls in at number 1 on my list. Alright, now that's going to do it for the video, guys, and for my top 10 per position portion on my countdown to 2020 series. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and definitely leave comments down below. I'd love to see who are your favorite closing pitchers, whether it's your favorite closing pitchers for this year or of all time. And definitely check out my playlist on my channel for all the other position videos if you miss any. So that's going to do it. Thank you for watching, guys, and as always, have a great day.